So there are three things that are probably going to impact on the Australian hotel market in 2018. The biggest things are the relative strength of the Australian dollar, the availability of capital, and the supply of hotels. So on the strength of the Australian dollar, at the time of recording this, the middle of February, it's about 78 cents to the US dollar. Now that's come up quite a long way from less than 70 cents about 2.5 years ago. The stronger it is, the more expensive it is for international arrivals, and the more it attracts Australians going overseas. So we've got to watch that quite carefully. It hasn't at the moment had any real impact on tourism demand, but it could do if it varies significantly. When we talk about the availability of capital, we've got to think about what's happening globally, where interest rates are gradually rising, although they're not predicted to do so much in Australia. Clearly what's happened with hotels over the last few years is they've become quite attractive to international investors because of the higher yields and the greater expectations of growth. However, the yields have now reached some pretty low figures, with subprime properties in both Perth and in Brisbane selling for yields of around 4 to 5%. The other part that we've got to think about is the amount of Chinese capital and whether it's being reallocated around the rest of the world and moving away from luxury properties. We've got to watch out for that, because a change in that could make a significant impact on the value of assets in Australia. So the third aspect is supply. There are some markets, like Perth, where there's still significant supply to be added to the market. Other markets are more stable, and indeed some, like Cairns, have been performing exceptionally well with almost no additions to supply. We don't see this as a major issue in most markets. Sydney and Melbourne will continue reasonably well over the next 12 months, but it is something that people need to keep an eye on, because substantial increases could lead to competitive problems going forward. Otherwise, the outlook for 2018 looks strong, with continued demand both from corporate and leisure customers.